Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Heartland Havoc. I am your host, Caleb Long, and along with me is my co-host, who I believe is updating a new iPad.
Well, we were trying an iPad that was used, but it's not going to work
Yeah,
because it's actually not as many gigabytes as doesn't hold as much
like
storage
storage.
as mine current one does. Even
So
though
you
it
okay?
is newer,
Yeah.
doesn't hold the storage, and it also does not have the ability. It's a iPad that just connects to Wi-Fi, not to any cellular
Hmm.
service. Mine currently connects to cellular service. Now, if you would be
You have to
interested
do
in an
that through
iPad, that would be a possibility for you.
me specifically, or are you
You
saying that to the
specifically, because
general
mom's
audience?
you specifically, because moms think you steal hers sometimes.
I've only stole. No, okay. I've only stolen her tablet whenever we have to draft in the fantasy league.
That's right. You ask her, so
That
you
is
don't
the
really steal
only.
it.
I don't really steal it. I tell her that I'm going to take it,
Yeah, and she's usually sleeping.
and she's usually sleeping anyways. Exactly.
That's
So
true.
she makes it sound like I steal it all the time. I only steal it once a year,
Yep. Well,
and I take good care of it. And it's nice because it got a stylist. And honestly, I'm an Android man, so I'm not even in the Apple ecosystem.
okay.
I'm not in the Apple ecosystem, so
Well, there
I
we
will.
go. That solves that question.
I mean, if it's free, I'll take it. But
I don't know that it's free. I'm not quite sure.
yeah, wait, no, let me look at it. But yeah, you should have talked to the tech guy before you bought it, before you made
I
the
didn't
purchase.
buy it. We have it from someone.
Oh, someone just gave it to us.
Someone at church gave it to us. I'm not sure what the actual cost is. It's through the church. You know, like the church yard sale thing.
Yeah, I have absolutely no context to
No, that's where
this.
it's from.
Okay, my apologies. I was jumping
Mom,
guns.
it's mom.
Mom was jumping
It's
guns.
Diane. Is
You
Diane
love
checking
Diane.
into it?
And being Diane.
Yep. So it's all good.
This is
all
not,
good.
This is hey, but if you want an iPad, if I haven't taken it, down in the comments, fight for the iPad. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, an iPad wouldn't be bad for this
Listen,
podcast.
it's an 8th generation, 32 gigabyte.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. 120.
32 gigabyte?
Yeah, that's why I said it doesn't have enough storage.
That's the amount of storage on it?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's why I said mine has more storage, even though it's older.
Why? Yeah. Okay, whatever. This is not what we're gonna talk about. Okay, that's funny though. Okay, no, I'm gonna go on a tangent if I don't.
All right, well, let's reel it back in. We're here to talk about district duels.
We're here
and who with teams that qualify for the state duel tournament. And where they're at.
Yep.
That's what we're here to talk about, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna try to
a
make
little bit of friendly banter.
The fact of the matter is, I already spent 2 minutes talking, 3 minutes talking about an iPad.
But that's what maybe people might like that.
We're recording this at 10 o'clock at night because my dad was trying to set up the iPad. But yeah, okay. Over the weekend, we had the district duels at Milton, and there were some very fun and interesting results. I shall say, okay, there it is. I got it pulled up. And there were some interesting quarterfinals. There were some interesting teams that made it deep and had the chance to make it to states. But yeah, I'm gonna try to not spoil it, but here we go. We're gonna start off with the quarterfinal matchups. Line Mountain beating Southern Columbia 40-25. Now I do think I sort of predicted it. I would say Line Mountain would beat them. I mean, like I was saying the entire time that like Line Mountain's got some hammers on the back of their weights, like 172 on upwards, and it really did pull through for them in that match. Like major, it was close. They were down 24 to by 1 point, 24-25, and then at 160 they got a major decision. 172 they got a pin, and then 189, they got a decision, and then they got another decision at 215. So at the those were the last 4 matches. So they really pulled it out at the end.
Yes, they did.
Really clutched up. So
Nice
Line
job by
Mountain
Line
moves
Mountain.
on to the semis, the winner semis, and then Southern Columbia gets knocked down. Mifflinburg beats Warrior Run 42-26.
I
Also,
figured that would happen.
exactly. I mean, Warrior Run has a lot of holes in their roster. They're a team that will have a bunch of solid wrestlers go deep in the individual
Right.
championships, but as a team, like cohesively, not on par of what Mifflinburg would have had.
No, not the team they had a couple years ago when they went deep into the state tournament.
No.
Pools.
And then so they move on. And in a very similar score, Montgomery wins against Wyalusing 40-26.
Mm-hmm.
Wyalusing honestly put more of a fight than I expected.
They're a solid
be
team
real.
from the Northern Tier
No,
up
it
there.
is a solid team from the Northern Tier.
They have a good wrestling tradition up there too.
Yeah.
You know,
I know nothing about it, but so
they do.
Yeah.
They've had several.
the most Northern Tier wrestling I know is Tawanda.
Yeah, they have a better tradition, but
Right.
Wyalusing has put out some good teams. The Otis brothers were two big heavyweights in the mid 2000s era that went to states, and there's some other wrestlers up there from that era. So maybe 10 years ago or so, they were
Gotcha.
a pretty good team.
Okay. Moving on to Montoursville. Getting the win over Williamson 48-15. This was the biggest blowout of round 1 of the quarterfinals, I should say. Biggest blowout. And I said Williamson was the best team in the Northern Tier, but they did not handle business well against Montoursville. So in your championship semifinals, it's Mifflinburg versus Line Mountain, and then Montgomery versus Montoursville. And in the Mifflinburg Line Mountain match, that was 41-26 Mifflinburg winning. And Mifflinburg's just really good in those middleweights.
Yes, they are.
They're really good in those middleweights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wagner, Straub, starting at like 133, 120 there, right?
133, 139, yep.
Yep.
And then Lane Kennemon's
real solid.
Graydon Shuck.
Okay. Yep.
At 152, and then Wesley Smith
160.
At 160. They had a run of all those guys really putting the hammer down against this Line Mountain team. By the time that happened at 160, after that match, they were up 35-10, and then it was just sort of like an insurmountable lead after that.
Mm-hmm.
So good on Mifflinburg. They made it to the finals, winners finals, so they have officially clinched their spot into the state playoffs, the state championship. And joining them in a very similar score is Montgomery, 44-23 over Montoursville. Once again, those like lighter and middle weights really being what Montgomery is leaning on. There was a let me do the math here. There was a run of from 121 up to 160. They only lost one match during that entire run. Liam Seeley got a tech fall. Carden Wagner got a pin. And then for Montoursville, Carter Fink got a pin at 133. And then AJ Croft from Montgomery got a decision at 139. Brent Hare got a pin at 145. Trace Furman got a pin at 152. And Josh Noble got a pin at 160. And that really put the game away. That run of pins really did put the game away in Montgomery's favor, put the match away for them.
Nice job by the Montgomery Red Raiders.
Yep. So now the interesting part lies in the consolation rounds.
Who's going to get third place and get that last seed in the state tournament?
Yes, exactly. We were talking about how there was going to be like 3 or 4 teams like going for that final spot.
Right.
Basically all the teams other than Warrior Run And then Southern Columbia did beat Warrior in the first round of the Constellations,
Okay.
46-29. Looking at the box score there, once again, middleweights doing the heavy lifting for Southern Columbia. That's where they won it. And it was mostly through forfeits. Warrior Run gave up a lot of forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
And in the matches where it did matter, Southern Columbia just put up more points. Like, that's
Okay.
really where it lies. And then Wyalusing took on Williamson in the
Interesting.
round one, and then they won 47-28.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I should have said something. I don't know if I don't remember if I said anything about it a couple weeks ago, but Wyalusing did beat Williamson in their regular season matchup.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
think that played a part. I didn't know how the constellation bracket was going to work out, but Wyalusing gets the job done
Mhm.
in there from like 145 all the way up to 215. They only lost one match in that span, and all the matches they won were either pins or tech falls. So that really helped them out.
Whew.
There was a lot of pins. It was only pins and tech falls that entire match.
Wow.
There was one forfeit and at 107 that swung in Wyalusing's favor, but only pins and tech falls for that matchup. And now we're on to the constellation semis, where we have two closer matches here. It was Montoursville taking on Southern Columbia, and Montoursville wins it 39-31.
Nice.
And yeah, good
That's a
win for
close one.
Montoursville. And this one at the beginning, it swung Montoursville's way
Mm-hmm.
in the lighter weights, winning from 114 to 139. They got 4 of those 5 wins, and then it was pretty much back and forth between them. Southern Columbia had a little bit of a run from 145 up to 160, and then they kept on trading pins, and then at the end there was a forfeit. No, if I'm looking at this, 215 when Hayden Harvey got a pin, and that sort of put the game away, because at that point it was 33-28 for Montoursville, and they still had a forfeit. So that's how they got to 39, and there was nothing Southern Columbia really could have done there. But Montoursville moves on.
So Hayden Harvey, did he pin John Quinton?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he pinned Caden Nobit.
Okay.
Noblit.
Okay. Go on.
And then we have Wyalusing beating Line Mountain 38-32. Now, I was a little spoiled on this one, because when I was working my closing shift at Jersey Mike's, at around like 4 or 5, there was a mother wearing a Line Mountain wrestling sweatshirt with like her son, and her son looked sad. And I'm like, oh, Line Mountain didn't
you're like,
make
Line
it.
Mountain's out
I'm
somewhere.
like, oh, Line Mountain got out somewhere.
Did you ask him how they did?
No, I didn't ask them. I was like in the moment, like processing, and then I was like, wait. In the moment I was processing, and then I was like, wait, no, it's like 4:30. The championship matches haven't happened yet. That's at 5. And I mean, I should have asked them, but
You pulled out your phone, got a little impromptu interview for the first.
That's not how that works. I was running the show that day.
I got
so
you, buddy. I'm just joking.
Wasn't gonna do that, but it was for the most part decently back and forth to start out the match. It was oh wait, like there was one point where Line Mountain was up. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Looking through this for the first time. I'm sorry. At 160, this is over halfway through the match. It was tied 24-24. Like, it was a very close match, and then Wyalusing gets the decision, puts them up 27-24. And then it goes to 29-24 for Line Mountain, because Ethan Vanderpool gets a tech fall, And then a pin from Daniel Fox of Wyalusing puts them up 33-29. And then at heavyweight, Jacob Schwalm from Line Mountain gets a decision, puts them up or puts them down 33-32. So then it's between at 107, Logan Wood for Wyalusing and Mark Carta for Line Mountain, and Logan Wood gets the tech fall.
Wow.
Then that puts them up 38-32. So a very close match that was down to the wire. So Wyalusing makes it to the third place matchup, and they have the chance to qualify them in Montoursville. And then we're moving on to the championship finals. Montgomery, and I thought this, okay, first of all, Montgomery Mifflinburg. I thought this was going to be a close match. I've been waiting to see this for basically the entire season.
Right, as they're both undefeated.
As they're both undefeated. You know, the storyline's there of one of them's going to finally lose. Who is it going to be? And decisively, it is Montgomery who comes out on top and gets the championship. Decisively, they're the ones to come out on top. 41-15.
Wow.
And I saw I saw the box score, and I'm like, they could go not like go all the way. They could definitely have a deep run,
right,
in their pocket. And as we'll talk about the round one matchup that they have, it is a favorable matchup for them, and I'll get into why.
Okay,
but it is a favorable matchup. So there we go. It's Montgomery taking on the District 4 two-way dual win for them. And then in third place, Montoursville takes on the 7-seed Wyalusing. 3-seed Montoursville, 7-seed Wyalusing. And they win 43-21. So a good decisive victory for Montoursville. They were down 21-13 at 160, and then they just swept 172 up to heavyweight, and then they got 107 and 114. They swept from there.
Okay.
So it was competitive for the first half, and then the second half they ran away with it so fast. They ran so fast to get away with it. They're stealing it. Yeah, exactly. So that is what happened in 2A. We have our three qualifying teams, Montgomery, Mifflinburg, and Montoursville. And in 3A, we're going to cover that real quick. In the semifinals, we have Selinsgrove taking on Columbia Montorville Tech, 54-17. That one was sort of expected.
That's what we expected.
Columbia Montorville Tech wasn't a great team. Selinsgrove was the 1 seed. And then Chickalamy takes on Athens. They win 39-26. Okay. Also about what I expected. I know this team has been underperforming a little bit, but they have it in them to maybe make a run and beat a Selinsgrove. And in the championship match, the final score was 31-30.
Whew.
Now, what I will say,
that's a barn burner.
This does seem close. You would think that by the score.
But
and I'll set it up. Selinsgrove, they start at 139.
Okay.
Selinsgrove gets a pin. 145. Alex Kadrina gets the pin.
So Selinsgrove has 2 pins?
No. Okay, that was 139. At 154, Ryder Borch of Chickalamy gets the decision, so it's 6-3.
Okay.
And then Gabe Paradise gets the tech fall for Selinsgrove, so that's 11-3.
Yep.
Kane Carter for Selinsgrove gets another tech fall.
Ooh.
At 160, so it's
17-3.
So it's
16-3.
Hunter Dirk gets the decision for Selinsgrove, 19-3.
Okay.
Alex Modwar, I believe that's how you pronounce it, pins at 189. So it's 25-3.
Okay.
And then Christian Bosch and Brody Raybeck of Shikellamy both get decisions at 215 and 185 respectively.
Okay.
So now it's 25-9.
Okay.
Colton Kratzer pins Austin Wolf at 107 for Selinsgrove to go off 31-9. Right?
Wow.
And then Max Hallman of Shikellamy gets a pin. So it's 31-15. Now this is this next matchup is a quintessential result here. This is a butterfly effect. Bobby Felmy of Shikellamy gets the decision over Selinsgrove. So it's 31-18.
Yep.
Shikellamy then at 127 and 133 get pins on both of their matchups.
Oh, so wow. 31-30.
That's how it ends up being 31-30.
So what was the Felmy score?
Sorry. It doesn't say on the website, but it's a decision.
Right.
But it would go to, if it was a major decision, it goes to the regulations, the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
I believe the first one is wins.
Which
Shikellamy would have won.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So Shikellamy was 1 point away. I don't know how many actual points. Maybe a takedown away from winning the championship. In more ways than one.
Wow.
Or maybe it's not total wins. Maybe it goes to falls and then tech falls and then like Selinsgrove gets that. But
yeah, I'm not sure what the criteria is.
Yeah, it goes to criteria. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but that makes a very interesting match. When you
it makes a very interesting match.
Get down to it there.
And there were maybe some other points where Shikellamy could have gotten points. Brody Raybeck or Jack Peters could have gotten some more points at those heavier spots. But ultimately, it's like it's a what if scenario. It's a what if it's not the reality that we're really living in right now. But congrats to Selinsgrove. It was a hard fought match.
Oh my goodness.
Go for it.
Dude, Felmy's score was 20-14.
20-14?
Yes.
That is crazy.
So he was right. So that's a 6-point difference.
Yeah, it's a 6-point difference.
Major decision is
7.
7, right?
Yeah. 7 or 8.
Oh my goodness.
The takedown away.
Yeah, or not allowing an escape or something.
Right, literally.
Something happened there. Wow. Wow. That's something else there.
Yeah, but Selinsgrove moving on to the state championship. And we're going to look at these matchups real quick. And okay, so we do have 2 teams. I'm going to wait for Dad to pull it up.
I'm good here. Yep.
Okay, so we do have 2 teams that are in pigtails. Now, I believe similarly to how we did pigtails last week.
Yes. Same setup.
It's the teams that play the pigtails have their matches and then immediately they play the next team.
Yes.
And I believe it's at the home team. The pigtail is at the home team, or am I?
In most parts. Well, yeah.
Yeah. The winner of we'll just say this: Mifflinburg is taking on Laurel,
right?
And then they're gonna play Bishop McDevitt,
and then they will face the winner of that will face Bishop McDevitt, and these matches are taking place at Bishop McDevitt High School.
So yeah, that one's a 4 p.m. start.
Early start.
It's an early start, but I think that their pigtail starts at I think their regular match would start at 6. That's my guess.
Yeah, the regular match just starts at 6.
Yeah, because we'll get to it. Montgomery's pigtail starts at 5, and then I believe that one would start at 7. But let's not get too caught up in the
Montoursville.
Yeah, Montoursville. What did I say?
Somewhere.
Okay, yeah, Montoursville. All the M teams made it.
All
the M teams made it, man.
Now talk about travel. Mifflinburg is facing Laurel at 4:00. Laurel's out of district. I looked up them up. They're out of District 7. They're south of Pittsburgh,
Okay.
this high school. So they're traveling all the way to
So
Bishop
they,
McDevitt,
yeah, they
which
have a
is in
longer,
Harrisburg.
way longer drive than
And they were the fourth.
Pittsburgh.
They ended up in fourth place. They lost their third
Mhm.
place match by a point, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
so is District 7, do they take 4 teams?
Yes.
Okay, so they were qualified either way. And that's interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah. They're
If we do look at like the rosters and stuff like that, and we look at the comparison, Mifflinburg's gonna have get forfeit points. They're gonna get
yes.
6 points right away at
Yeah.
107.
Yes.
There's no way Laurel can skirt around it. They're gonna get the 4 points. Now, what I think they're going to do, they have a vacancy at 127, but I think they bumped their 121 pounder, Logan Ketzel, up to 127, and that's actually a decent matchup between him and Jack Gramley.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
Logan Ketzel is 21 and 15, and Gramley is 29 and 10.
Yeah.
That one's an interesting matchup. And then they're probably going to bump up their Jack, I don't know how to, Andrescu. I don't know. He's 24 and 12. You would bump him up to 121. Then you'd bump Logan Ketzel up to 127. And then you'd have Jack take on Griffin Walls, who is 20. I would assume you would do that, 28 and 9.
Okay.
Maybe they have another one at 121, but he's 9 and 10. And there's a chance where you're like, let's put him up against Landon Shemery.
Oh,
9 and
that's
10.
tough. Yeah. Yeah.
So there might be some shifting with there, but I'm pretty sure Logan Ketzel will get bumped up to 127. And then it is decently evenly matched along the way. I do think Mifflinburg has the advantage of 133 and 139, and even 145. I think the middleweights are where Mifflinburg can get the win here. 133 through 152 is like prime real estate for Mifflinburg. 160 gets a little dicey because they do have a really solid. Laurel has a really solid team here. Looks like Braxton Carr, 28 and 10, would go off against Wesley Smith.
That's going to be
that
tough.
That one would be a fun matchup. And then 172 could be dicey. 189 is also pretty dicey because they have a senior at 189, Jack Miles, who is 26 and 8.
Right.
That one's
looked that one up. Yep.
Landon Tucker, I do think will probably come out with the win, but because he's undefeated. But he does have Colton Carlson, who is 27 and 4. So I think that's a tough matchup. And then this really could end up with the heavyweights deciding the matchup, because now Landon Moser is taking on their senior Casey Wilson, who is 31 and 2.
Right. And I don't know. And Wilson placed in states last year.
I was gonna say he does.
If you look at that out,
familiar.
I think he placed in states.
Did Landon Moser placed in states last year, or
he went to states. I don't think he played.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure.
But we could really see like the heavyweights decide it if the lighter weights go Laurel's way and then the middleweights go Mifflinburg's way. We could really see the heavyweights decide that.
Right now, if you look at some of the end of match, Tucker didn't finish wrestling the day Saturday.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. So hopefully he's ready to go tomorrow or tonight, whatever you're listening to this, Tuesday. Hopefully he's ready to go. He did not wrestle in the Montgomery match.
Wait. No, wait. Is he in? Wait. But right, but we'll see what happens with that. And then they do play off against Bishop McCourt or Bishop McDevitt, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna assume they're a good team because they have a pigtail matchup. So
Right. They
I'm
won
gonna,
District 3.
yeah.
They won District 3 and they have they're actually undefeated 16-0.
Oh, rough. Okay.
So tough matchup there.
Yeah. No, that is rough. And then okay, we're gonna move on to Berks Catholic versus Montoursville.
Yep.
Berks Catholic 17-4 on the year. And what was the spot that they took
They
up?
took the 2 seed out of District 3, so they lost to McDevitt.
They lost to McDevitt. Okay, no, that makes sense because that does track because it says Bishop McDevitt is a common opponent between the two, and Montoursville lost to them better. They lost to Bishop McDevitt 48-16, and then uh, Berks Catholic lost to them 49-9.
Mm. Mm.
And it's yeah, the Montoursville match was home, and then the Berks Catholic one was at a neutral site.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters that much. At 107, Montoursville easily has the edge there. Berks Catholics 107's at 500, 13-13. Brandon Eisenhower will eat him for breakfast, honestly. And then I think they do bump up Ethan. I think they bump up Ethan Amato, or no, they might bump. Either way, wait, sorry, my brain ain't branding. There's a lot of potential for move up here because you could either keep Ethan Amato at 107 or bump up Braden Eisenhower. I think they've been bumping up Braden Eisenhower.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure, actually, now that I say that. But either way, Berks Catholic also has a bunch of bump up potential. No, this is very interesting. This is a team that bumps up a lot of weights. It looks like they have like basically all the wrestlers wrestling like up to like 3 different weight classes, especially like in the middle and like 127 all the way up to they've had a 160 pounder wrestle up to 189 this year.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm not gonna attempt to try to predict what they're gonna do because it looks like they drop a game plan and then they just go, you know?
Mhm.
But they
Mhm.
do have a lot of talent. They have 2 114 pounders. One of them is a freshman, Joe Hindle. I believe that's Joe Handel Gonzalez, who is 21-15. Trap Walsh, who is a sophomore, who's 14 or 17-4, and that's at 114. They have a good 121 wrestler, Tyden Schumann, who is 25-8. And then they have a good 127 pounder, Neil Bidding, who's a junior, 27-8. They just have a lot of good wrestlers.
Mhm.
145 is like 145 and 189 are like tough for them. They don't have great wrestlers in those spots, neither at 215. That's probably why they bump up and rearrange so much
Right.
to really fit the needs. But Montoursville, I think there's a chance that Montoursville could definitely come away with this. Come away with this win. I think they're adaptable, and at any spot you put their wrestlers in, I think they'll do a good job of handling it. So I'm not too super duper worried about Montoursville, but I do think it'll be a good match though.
Yeah, and then if whoever wins faces Saucon Valley,
Hmm.
the 1 seed out of District 11, 15-3 record.
It is worth noting that that Berks Catholic did beat Montoursville in a dual meet round robin tournament.
Okay, so they faced each other
So they
already.
faced each other before. So hopefully Montoursville can do some damage,
Right.
maybe change some stuff up. All right, Montgomery versus Honesdale. This is not a pigtail matchup.
Straight up, winner goes on to Friday's
Yep.
quarterfinals.
Straight up winner moves on.
Honesdale, the number 1 seed out of District 2.
Yeah, but this is okay. This is a big roster. They have a lot of wrestlers on their team. Their bench is like 20 deep.
Okay.
20 deep. They have like 35 wrestlers. It's crazy. But Montgomery and Honesdale did meet each other in the Dandy Mini Mart duels.
Well, we know who won that.
We know who won that. So
because Montgomery's undefeated.
Montgomery's undefeated. So I'm gonna be real. I think Montgomery ends up with the win. It was a decently close match. It was 35-28.
Okay.
So it was a decently close match. They do have a lot of common opponents. Montgomery beat them all. They beat then Honesdale beat everyone that they faced except for Bald Eagle area when it comes to common opponents.
Okay.
And I mean, looking at these side by side, Montgomery just beat the teams better once again. Like
right.
Oh, they were all apart. All of their matches were in the Dandy Mini Mart duels. Okay, that makes sense.
So that was a big duel meet, huh?
Yeah, it was Bald Eagle area, Jersey Shore, Towanda, and Wilkes-Barre.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about. Yeah, you could go back and listen to those results.
Yep.
But I think Montgomery's got it. They've beat them once. They can beat them. They can beat them again. I'm gonna be real. They have some really good wrestlers. 114 probably will be really good because it's Gabe Overheim, and then Honesdale has Nathan Schumann, who is 39-1.
Ooh.
So that would be a good matchup. Gabe Overheim as a freshman is 39-4. So that would be a good matchup. But I mean, this Montgomery team's just leagues better.
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom leagues better. So
yep.
Give me Montgomery on that all day.
So we'll take Montgomery. Now the question is, where is the Dandy Mini Mart?
The Dandy Mini Mart?
Yeah, because they're obviously sponsoring that tournament.
Dandy Mini Mart.
That is the question.
Unityville. That's the closest one to us.
Goodness.
Oh, Dandy. Okay. We're gonna side tangent here. We're gonna look at these locations. They have a burger for $6. The All American burger for $6.
Here we go.
It's like Northern Tier.
Northern Tier. Okay.
It really is Northern Tier. There looks like there's like a small one in. Oh no, that's tracking my location. Never mind.
All right, good enough.
Yeah, Unityville is the closest one. There's one in Jersey Shore. So I mean, feasibly, we could go to the Jersey Shore one. Yeah, one in Canton. Yeah. A bunch in Towanda. One in Wyalusing.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah. Now you know the Dandy Mini Mart, a Northern Tier classic that we know nothing about.
All American burger. That's what we know.
All American burger. Get your All American burger at the Dandy Mini Mart.
Okay. Hey, if they want to sponsor us though.
Yeah. Hey, Dandy Mini Mart. We just found out about you like. I mean, a couple months ago, but like consciously knowing about you, I want to try that $6 All American burger. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, sponsor us. We'll get a webcam up. We'll talk about everything you ever dreamed of. But those are the two 2A matchups, and okay, we're moving on to the one singular 3A matchup. Yeah, Dad, you thought we were done. We're not. Remember when I said we were going to go through this fast?
I do.
Yeah, I lied about that. Okay, this is the last thing. Selinsgrove versus State College.
Oh, yeah. At Selinsgrove.
And I may or may not be going to that with my mom and her best friend. I may have convinced them. It didn't take much convincing.
Actually, it didn't.
No. It really didn't. It's not like in their wheelhouse at all. And I was just like, hey, like it's at Selinsgrove.
I have a work commitment, so I can't.
And I was like, hey, do you want to support? Our cousin's school?
Right. And then he's not even wrestling.
I mean, he's not wrestling. He's injured, but and he never wrestled.
Yeah.
But it's like in a roundabout way, supporting local schools. I don't have to be that affiliated to care about Selinsgrove, even though they might have beaten the team that I was more connected with in Shikellamy, but you know what? I'm a switch allegiances. I'm switching sides.
You're an equal opportunity
Yeah,
podcaster.
I'm an equal opportunity fan. Okay, listen. If I will rep whatever team is doing going the farthest.
But this is a regular matchup, not a pigtail, too.
This is a regular matchup. 3A still has pigtails, right?
Yes, they do. That's
But just Selinsgrove's just so goated. They just aren't a part of a pigtail. All right. But State College is also a team, big school. They also have a lot of kids on their roster. This is also like a 40 team roster, basically. State College is 16-4. They do share a lot of common opponents, mainly because like there's not a ton of like for like in the terms of 3A, it's like Shikellamy. There's not a ton of teams in our area to really fill in those gaps. So the main one that is the most interesting to me that I want to point out is Central when they faced Central Mountain. Now this was like beginning or earlier on in the season. Selinsgrove lost to them 52-10. And I'm going to assume the finals in 6A. It was Central Mountain. They beat Central Mountain State College 36-31. So it was a close matchup.
Yep.
Yeah. The championship semifinals. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, don't go into the rabbit hole. Okay. Well, oh my gosh. State College beat Altoona by 1 point as well to get to this place.
Okay. So there clutch wins by State College.
Oh, they gave up a lot of forfeits. That's weird. State College gave up like forfeits at wait, okay, sorry. Maybe this is worth it going down the rabbit hole. They gave up they got a pin at 121. They were up 34-15. And then mathematically Altoona couldn't come back.
So State College just forfeited?
I think State College might have just forfeited 3 spots.
So they didn't worry about injuries. They probably just didn't want to.
That is 1,000% what
they didn't want to get anyone injured.
That is 1,000% what they did.
Okay, that's the strategy.
Maybe except not for 133. They also gave up a forfeit at 133 against Central Mountain. But oh no, that was never mind. They did the same for that one too.
Okay. So once they had it sealed,
they just
forfeited. This is over with.
Yeah, I guess like week 18 of the NFL mindset.
That was totally what they did. Yes, that's totally what they did.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I've heard of teams doing that before.
I don't know if I like it.
I don't know either, but I mean,
I understand the injury risk of it. I'm gonna be real.
Maybe it was getting late and they had something else to do.
Just wanted to go home.
You know, a lot easier to just run kids out and raise their hand.
That's true. But
a lot quicker.
Like wrestling, other than like I don't see a ton of wrestling injuries compared to other sports though.
No,
there's a fairly safe sport unless you're a nose.
There is a lot of right. There's not as severe because there's not the high. Things can happen, but there's not the high impact.
Right, exactly.
Like you see in football,
it's almost like freak accidents more than it is a regular or a regular occurrence than you're expecting. But I understand avoiding the risk though.
Right. So that's what happened there. Okay.
Now I need to get back to the page. Okay, there we go. Okay.
So we have Selinsgrove and State College.
State College is still a pretty solid team. It is going to give Selinsgrove a run for their money. They have Noah Young is a good 114 pounder. He's 27-8. I'm gonna assume these are brothers because there's Luke Young.
Wow.
121, who is 29-6. So I'm gonna assume they're a brother duo. And they're probably gonna do well. Yeah, that's my analysis. And then at 127, they have Kale Davis, who is 20-7. And then Their 133 pounder is 15-11, so that one could be interesting. But that could be a good spot for Selinsgrove to pick something up there. Um, Mason Sanderson at 139 uh, will take on Alex Cadrino more than likely, but he's 8-19 as a senior.
Hmm.
So that could be a spot for Selinsgrove to get some points. Also, 145 could be a spot where they could get some points. Their State College's best 145er, Nico Diaz, is 12-15, and then Ryan Harpster's 17-12.
Hmm.
152 could also be a spot where they get some points. The 152 pounder, Mitchell Adams, is 0-3. They could bump up Sam Davidson from 145, but he's only 5-8. Could be good for Gabe Paradise to get some more wins. He's 17-9. And then at 160, State College is a really good wrestler, James Whitbread, who is 36-5. So get your hands full on that one. And then here's the real player you're going to get your hands full of. 172, Teague Sanderson. Now, anyone familiar with Penn State knows that name.
Yep.
Absolutely 100% Cale Sanderson's son.
Yes.
And after doing my research, I believe jumped 8th grade to wrestle 9th grade. And like, I believe he jumped a year, and he is really, he's great. He's really good. Because I think the reason why I come to that conclusion is there was a Facebook post like back around this time this year or last year of 2025, and it said 7th grader son of Cale Sanderson, Teague Sanderson, wins a PJWs. And I was like, he skipped 8th grade. He skipped 8th grade because now he's wrestling in high school, but he's tearing it up as a freshman.
Which is not something you often hear of.
Right. You'd
skipping
think
a
of holding
grade.
kids back, but it looks
Right.
it maybe they had the number wrong and he was actually in 8th grade. I don't know, but he's tearing it up as a freshman. They do have a solid 189 pounder who's also a freshman, Jonah Williams, who is 28-8. And then this one could be an interesting matchup at 215. Reese Mitchell, who is 12-8, take on Owen Hoffman, who's 10-10. And then Jack Peters, who will probably get the win over whoever they send out at heavyweight. The best one they have is 6-6, and the other one is 4-14. So this could be a very back and forth matchup because I can see clear spots where Selinsgrove can get points, and I can see clear spots where State College could get points. It's just a matter of like those closer toss-up matchups. What could happen? You know what I'm saying? I think 121 is something to watch out for. 133 is somewhere to watch out for as like a coin toss.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a fun match. It's going to be a fun match for sure. I think an absolute barn burner. I know the energy at Selinsgrove is crazy whenever Shikellamy comes to town. So I'm going to assume and I'm going to hope that they'll bring the same energy to State College because it is a team that they've uh, had had the potential to face off against in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They've never actually faced off against in the past, even though Shikellamy does. That's interesting. Maybe they can steal some of Schick's tape that they have on Selinsgrove. Maybe Schick's helping out Selinsgrove, helping them take down State College. But
Well, that could certainly be happening in the world of high school athletics. They're in the huddle, you know.
But no, that is the matchups. That's the results of the district duels, and that's the matchups heading into round one of the state championship. longer episode than I thought it was going to
It
be.
definitely, there's again with Teague Sanderson being a seventh grader in 2025. Yep.
Oh, I think he jumped a grade
I
somehow.
think he did too.
Unless State College is weird and they're just like, oh, we have super freshmen who are in the 8th grade.
Well, he won the junior high.
He won the PJWs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the post that I was looking at. So maybe the post got it wrong. I don't know.
Don't know.
But no, absolutely some great matchups to look forward to. And we'll be covering it, the results next episode. Also, when we catch up on basketball.
Sounds good.
Dad, do you have a talking time machine prepped?
I do, and actually, it is relative to what we've been talking about.
Okay.
So the district duel or the state duels will not take place in Hershey, the championship.
Right.
Taking place at First Summit Arena, which is in Johnstown.
Yes.
Okay, Johnstown, before it was known as the First Summit Arena, was known as the War Memorial Arena.
War Memorial Arena.
Yep. Okay, there was
guessing the war veteran.
No.
Okay.
There was a famous hockey movie filmed there in the 1970s.
A hockey movie that was filmed in
Johnstown.
The only hockey related thing I can think of is Heated Rivalry.
Nope.
That's a new thing.
Nope. So there was it was a comedy, sports comedy. It was good.
Okay, well,
I would say it was a comedy. It was the classic. I've watched it numerous times, but you probably haven't.
You've never definitely.
I've never shown it to you.
I would have remembered this.
So it featured three brothers. Some of the main characters were the three Hanson brothers. Have you ever heard of them? No. Okay. No. The movie is Slapshot.
Okay, you really gave up on it. You could have had me guess hockey terms.
Oh, I could have.
You really. I'm sorry, you gave up on me too quick.
Oh,
if I am nothing but a persistent man.
Oh, it's the pod went longer than expected.
That's what that means.
The pod went longer than expected.
My dad wants to go to bed, so
yeah.
That's what. So. Okay, Slapshot. Didn't get it.
So Slapshot is the movie. We'll have to watch it here sometime.
I guess we will.
It was great.
I was thinking of, is there like an Adam Sandler movie about hockey, or am I?
Well,
I'm just thinking of Happy Gilmore.
You're thinking of Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Hockey uniform the entire time, hockey jersey the entire time.
Yeah, with golf. Yeah,
with golf.
That's what you're thinking about.
Sense. Happy Gilmore 2.
No. Slapshot.
Boogaloo.
They played for the Charlestown Chiefs, but it was actually the Johnstown Chiefs. Was actually the minor league team that they were modeled after.
Gotcha.
About minor league hockey.
Okay.
And they're a bunch of goons.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're gonna let my dad go to bed.
All right. Good night, folks. We're putting this podcast to bed.
If you want an iPad, let us know.
Later.